we are on the MIT Sloan School Climate Simulator. It's an AI that's supposed to help us identify what happens to our world, to our land. There's a map there based on how the carbon moves up and down. And so our target is really to stay below 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. The current trajectory of the world is plus 3.3 degrees Celsius, which will probably trigger 60-degree heat waves on a regular basis. So on the upper left hand, you've got your global sources of primary energy: coal, oil, gas, renewables, bioenergy, nuclear. These are some of the big variables at play because a lot of our carbon waste comes from energy. And below, you will see the different variables: energy supply, transportation, buildings and industry, growth of economy, growth of population, carbon dioxide removal, other sources of greenhouse gases, such as agricultural emissions from methane or waste and leakage, let's say our landfill and wastewater. Of course, we discussed deforestation earlier. On the upper right is the toggle for the temperature, and that'll change as we move variables around. I want to show you what happens if, let's start positive. Let's be energy efficient in our buildings. What happens when we're energy efficient? Look at that. The temperature dropped to 3 degrees Celsius by 2100. Now, what happens if we electrify our buildings? So let's use green energy for them. It goes down by another tenth of a degree, right, to 2.9. What about transportation? Let's become energy efficient. Let's use long range cars, fuel efficient, energy efficient. It goes down again by another 0.1 degrees Celsius. And what about electrification? Let's electrify them. Another 0.1 degrees Celsius. So far, buildings and industry are the most effective three. Let's use nature-based solutions to remove carbon, right? Let's grow different plants. Let's increase the soil. Oh, look, 0.2 degrees Celsius. That's great. And let's reduce deforestation. Let's just highly reduce it, another tenth of a degree. Now, if we reduce our agricultural emissions, so let's say less beef, less methane, we eat low carbon food, that's pretty big, right? It's gotten down to 2.2 degrees Celsius. And if we treat our wastewater and our landfills, look at that. It's another 0.2 degrees Celsius. At this point, we've maximized a lot of positive things. Let's add renewable energy. Let's subsidize it. Look, it's another 0.1 degree Celsius. Right here, you see we've kind of maxed out at just doing positive things. Technological carbon dioxide removal is really inefficient because it's very, very expensive. Some people will advocate for nuclear. So let's say, hey, let's do nuclear. Let's subsidize nuclear, another 0.1 degrees Celsius. But we're at 1.8 and we need to get to below 1.5. Now, at this point, you'll notice that there are green slivers or green areas on the map. Those are lands saved by the actions we have taken so far. A lot more land. But our temperature fluctuations are still going to be very big. And so what if we slow our population growth? Look at that. Oh, it didn't really change much, right? And so here's where it gets contentious. Do we look at, and let's say we use more bioenergy. Nothing much happened. Let's say we use more natural gas. Right, nothing happened. Now, there are four levers here that are very contentious. Let's slow down our economic growth. Oh, businessmen will like that. Let's increase the carbon price, which means our fuels go up. People will not like that. Or let's rock the boat and tax coal and oil, which are the highest carbon producing energy sources that we have. Again, that's very difficult, but watch what happens, right? When we tax coal, 0.1 degrees Celsius. When we tax oil, another 0.1. But we're not yet at the target. Do we have to slow down economic growth? Right? It didn't really work. Only thing left that we need to do is push the carbon price up. Let's say we make it high. Look, we hit the target. Looking at this, what you'll see is if you want to hit the target for protecting our climate so that our current generation and the future generations don't have to suffer from 60-degree weather, there are many changes we need to make. And those